Bendy Casimir.
And my name is Taylor McCorriston.
Today we go over some Kneebar technique.
And I'm going to be the one to explain the moves too, step by step, to make sure you guys have a clear vision on what we're doing today. Okay, so right now we're gonna go over common finishes for the knee bar. So when I'm on top in the sit position, I don't have to worry about pinching with my knees right now. I can have my knees wide because what I'm managing with is my arm. I'm looping through and grabbing my own thigh, so I don't have to sit up here, try and balance and pinch at the same time, because here it's gonna be harder to balance here. So I wanna have a good stabilization. Now, when I go to finish and I start going for his heel here, right when I go to let go of my grip on the thigh, this is when I already need to pinch here, okay? Because if not, his knee's gonna wiggle out and we're gonna get out, okay? We'll start with the standard side. So I'm gonna fall down here. We're gonna be attacking his bottom leg when we fall down here, okay? So as I'm going, before I go to fall, I wanna cross my feet over, okay? Here, I'm falling to the side. Now when I go to manage this here, I've gotta make sure my foot's in the middle of his butt. Like, I don't want it off on the side on his thigh here. I want it right in the middle. And when I'm finishing, always have the foot on the bottom here. And I want it between the floor and my head, like this here, okay? What I'm doing here is, for him to get out, he wants to rotate his toes and get his knee like up to the ceiling or away from me here. You see how his leg bends there? Here, I'm managing his toes. I want to reach through deep, like elbow deep here, grab my own bicep and grab his heel here, okay? That way if he starts getting away from me, I can start forcing it back this direction and apply my finish. Now when I go to finish, it's not so much me falling back, but I'm throwing my hips into him here. Hips in until I get the tap. Okay, next finish we're going to show is a lot of times too, if you have this leg, right, you're going to want to fall to that side and fall on the bottom side. You have to be able to get good at finishing on both sides. A lot of times it happens, we get the sit and whatever. Sometimes I fall to the side, he pushes me off to the side, so we fall. A lot of times it's going to happen where you're gonna have to attack the top leg here as opposed to the bottom leg, okay? From here, we're not going to go to our regular crossing our feet, like our regular scissor position here. We're going to go to a triangle. But it's super important when we go to finish this same thing. I keep the foot in between my head and the floor here. Like, I don't want it on the top side here. I want it on the bottom. Same thing. I'm going to manage his toes with my head. I'm going to grab his heel. I'm going to grab my own bicep. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of locking like this or locking like this, because a lot of times they'll kick your elbow off and then he gets his leg back. I like to manage with my bicep, like elbow deep here. Grab the heel. Grab my own bicep. And manage with my head here, okay? When we go to triangle here, I want to make sure I'm not leaving my triangle here, because I don't want him to start attacking a toe hold here, okay? So I got to make sure I'm clamping down. My feet are flared up, so it'll engage all the large muscles on my legs here. And you got to make sure you curl, like no straightening out here. You got to curl, and we're pinching tight, and then we're locking, okay? Same thing. Be very careful, especially finishing on the top leg, not to go flat on your back here when you go to finish, okay? That's going to help his toes come out, especially if he points his toe, and then he'll turn his knee up to the ceiling, and then we're going to be in some trouble here, okay? So I've got to make sure when I'm clamping here, here, and here, we're going, and now I'm going to throw my hips in to get our finish. Now, another finish we're going to go to is something where we can kind of hyperextend the knee a little bit more. So we're gonna fall to the bottom leg here, okay? So I'm crossing my feet, going to the side, and we're getting our knee bar here, okay? Anytime I do these under the armpit finishes here, I always want to swim, so now the leg's going to go on top of my body, okay? Here, I won't try and go this way. I'll lose the control of the knee. I'm going to swim under here. And now with my other hand, I don't have to lock my hands. I'm not really hooking anything. I'm just grabbing the back of my thigh here, and you'll get a nice quick finish. Now, don't forget, if I kind of let go of my knee pinch, he's going to be able to rotate a little bit, and then we're going to kind of end up in more of like an ankle lock situation or maybe a heel hook situation. That's not what we're trying to get to right now. I'm going to my finish. If I feel like I'm losing it a little bit, I'm going to rotate underneath my armpit here. Stay tight, pinch with your knees, and leg curl here. And then we're going to throw our hips in until we get the tap. We're going to have the leg, instead of falling to the bottom side, now we're going to fall over to the top side, making sure this leg's on top, okay? Same thing. So now we're going to our finish here. We triangle our legs like we talked about earlier. Triangling, keeping that foot on the back, cupping, swimming under, here. And again, important that we're not going back flat to our back. I'm staying on my side. We're going to throw our hips in, like not throwing our head back, but throwing our hips in until we get the tap. Okay, so another finish we like to go to as far as troubleshooting goes. We're finishing our knee bar, especially when we're attacking the top leg, okay? So we're falling off here. I've got his heel, we've got a good triangle here, okay? And let's say again, we're hitting that end point and we're not getting the finish like we want, okay? We're doing everything correct, but we're not getting the finish we want, okay? So something that really helps here is I'm gonna bring my hand from on the heel where we're keeping it from rotating. I'm gonna bring it on top here, okay? So you're gonna go from here to here. Still managing with my head, like I don't wanna get lazy here, okay? Especially you gotta watch out for if the guy points your toe, yeah, and then he can start rotating. Yeah, so we wanna make sure I'm managing here still, okay? We're gonna go from the heel to on top of the foot like this. And we're gonna compress down into them when we get our finish here. You'll get like one of those really quick taps. So you're gonna push down and then throw your hips in, and you're gonna get that quick tap. We're gonna be attacking this one for the bottom leg. Falling to the side here, managing with our managing the toes with our head. So we have our heel here. I have my bicep, okay? We're hitting that end point, and I can't take it any farther. Okay, I'm gonna take my hand from the heel, go on top of the foot, compress down into the knee, and then throw my hips in for the finish.